Hello, guys. Bob here for TNL Network. Welcome to season 6 of Tuesday Night Live, and thank you for joining us and supporting our entire family of shows and channels. Tonight's episode is going to be a great way to kick off the new season. Tonight's guest has a great but touching story that goes back to her journey has been rocky at times, but what an outcome and one you will want to stick around for. We're proud of her accomplishments, and her future in the Christmas industry is extremely bright. Some of you got to meet her briefly at NP Cornerstones last month, but tonight we share her with you all. I want to take just a moment to dedicate tonight's show to Santa Gordon Bailey. Today is his birthday. He was a friend to all, a mentor to all, and one who'd love to challenge your thought process and to push you to be the best that you could be. And because of that, sorry guys, he's missed by all. Tonight's show is dedicated to Santa Gordon Bailey. He would have been 71 years old today. Just 3 years ago, we had our last Set Bob's class together. And I haven't done another Set Bob's class since, but I am scheduled to do one in Michigan here in a couple of months, and it's going to be probably quite emotional. I'm an emotional person, so I just want to say happy birthday to Gordon and to all those that he touched, which was many and far and wide. Tonight's show is dedicated to Gordon. Everyone, you want to celebrate Gordon's birthday?
Let me get everyone pulled up. Where is my. Oh my gosh.
Hang with us, guys. She's having trouble finding where she wanted to be.
Here, just.
There you go. Well, you didn't bring yourself up, Angie. She's going to come over here. Anyway, we always celebrated Gordon with the red nose, which was something that was very special to him and Spangle. And we always had our squeakers. We kept our squeakers in our pockets. And Scott's got a special squeaker he wants to share with everyone. That's for you, Gordon.
Hey, Scott, where do you get those?
Stuff for
Where do you-
Santa.
All right, this segment of tonight's show is brought to you by North Pole Cornerstones, a new, unique, and entertaining 4-day educational experience in Oklahoma City. This is Tuesday Night Live. This program would not be the same without the contributions or the likes of this guy, my co host and partner in time, just off his whirlwind tour across America, serving you, the Claus community, bringing you all the things you need and some you didn't know you needed. Here's Spangle.
Hey, I don't know how you say just off my whirlwind tour of across the United States, I'm leaving again in the morning. I'm headed down to your part of the country for the Lone Star Santas.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are headed this way. And it's something you go to every year and have for years. And I know the Lone Star Santas welcome you with open arms. It's always a really nice event that they put on. And this year it's in Grapevine, Texas, so it's right here in the Metroplex.
Yeah. So
You
we'll be
know,
seeing a bunch of you guys down there.
looking back on 3 years ago, Spangle, when we had that last class with Gordon, you'll remember Carol and Angie had gone and gotten a cake for Gordon. We surprised him with a little birthday celebration there and at the end of class. And, I look back at that moment. If I had just known that just a short period after that he would have been gone, I think I could have hugged him a little longer and told him a few more times how much I cared for him.
Right? Yeah.
I
He
miss those.
was always one to pull a little trick on. Remember that time that I wrote up that card for him in class?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Made him think he had a secret admirer in class. One of the Mrs. had wrote. He thought one of the Mrs. Clauses had written the note, but turns out it was a prank from Spangle. And I was looking at the picture earlier. The cake only had 2 candles on it. Of course, we couldn't get 69 or whatever it was at the time candles on there. 68, I think. But you had the fire extinguisher ready just in case those 2 candles got out of hand.
Right. Yeah. You never know.
You never know. Never know.
It
All right.
prepared.
Everyone experience us on your bigger screen where the experience always comes alive.
Wait. Bob.
Okay, say hello to her. She's already been on the screen, but say hello to her. Everyone say hello in the chat to our one and our only producer, Angela Mack. All right, again, experience this on your bigger screen, see, and you get a better look at her where the experience always comes alive. YouTube at Tuesday Night Live Show 1225. First half of tonight's TNL show trivia is brought to you by School of Santas 2026, hosted by Spangle in the picturesque Ozark Mountains, Branson, Missouri. And you know what, Spangle? That is where fun and education always meet.
It's a blast.
Are we ready for it?
We're ready.
The first half of the TNL show is brought to you by SchoolofSantas.com. School of Santas is a premier educational opportunity where fun and education meet each year in scenic Branson, Missouri. In 2026, our keynote instructor will be Joe Barney. Tuition is $499 for 4 days of classes, Thursday the 16th through Sunday the 19th. Every July, over 100 Santas and Mrs. Clauses, along with a few elves, gather in the Ozarks to learn the latest skills offered by a whole host of professional instructors. Education by day, with fun and entertainment by night. Meals and in-house entertainment, as well as 2 Branson theater shows are included. For more, or to secure your place at School of Santas, contact Tanya Lay at 800-432-4202 or email her at bransonticket.com. Remember, contact Tanya Lay at 800-432-4202 before it's all sold out. Now, back to the show and our out-of-this-world crazies, Bob, Spangle, and everyone's favorite producer, Angela Mack.
Now, it says to contact Tanya Lay before it's sold out. Well, it is already sold out. There is a waiting list. You could get your name on the waiting list. But, you might want to be telling her, look, I want to come to 27. Put me down for 27. I want to get on that list right away because she's already got that list started. And it's already taken off. So
Yeah, it's one of the more sought after seats in education because, as we say, it's not just education, but it's a ton of fun, and everyone always has such a good time in Branson. Branson's a great destination town.
And 27's keynote speaker is going to blow people out of the water. I don't think he's ever been a keynote speaker. But man, they're going to love him.
Teaser.
Teaser. I won't tell you till the end of 26.
I know. There's no need to even prod you because you're not going to do it.
That's right. But anyways, some movie trivia, some Christmas movie trivia. In Santa Claus the movie, in what century was the mortal and his wife rescued from? The 11th century, the 12th, the 13th, or the 14th?
I don't know why I pushed that button, but it was the wrong one. I'm all discombobulated tonight.
Okay, so
There
in
it is.
Santa Claus, the movie, in what century was the mortal and his wife rescued from? 11, 12, 13, or 14th century?
That
Come
ought to
on.
be that ought to be a pretty simple trivia question there.
You
And
got a
we
25% chance of getting it right.
Yeah, we've simplified things. Of course, now this is brought to you by School of Santas and Stuff for Santa, and your name goes in the hat if you are the winner of tonight's trivia for 2026 School of Santas and 2027 North Pole Cornerstones. So it's double bonus night. All right, so I need to clarify something that I said last week. I don't know what I was thinking. We were talking about this trivia. The segment about time out, we are extending that to 8 weeks, but that only applies to Monday's trivia, which is Wade and Scarlett Coppin over at santascloset.org. They ask us to extend out time out. That means if you win, you cannot play again for 8 weeks and be the winner. That only applies to Mondays, not for any of the name in the hat scholarships that we give away, either Spangle or TNL, either one for North Bow Cornerstones and for School of Santas.
All right, got all that legal jumbo out of the way now.
Got that out of the way, but we
right.
need to bring in someone
All
else
right,
to.
guys. Hey, if you were in Oklahoma City last month for North Pole Cornerstones round 3, you were treated with a young lady that we all fell in love with. The moment you met her is when you realized she was a giant personality, and when you hear about her journey, you'll realize she has even a bigger heart. Her story will captivate you, and her journey into the future as an elf performer will surely be the one you will hear a lot about. Please welcome Elf Trouble, and that is with capital letters, aka Cameron Fishback.
Hi, Cameron. Oh, you're muted. Hang on a minute. Can you unmute her, Angie?
No, she has to unmute herself.
You'll have to unmute your microphone, Cameron. It's muted.
Oh,
There you go.
All right, there you go. Go ahead and talk.
okay, does it work now? Can you hear me?
A lot of static. Don't you see what's wrong?
What did you say?
We're getting a ton of static from you, Cameron. Yeah, we got a bad signal or something.
Angie, can you put her in the green room, and can you talk to her in the green room?
Can you hear me?
You got a reverb coming back.
We're here, Cameron. Just go ahead and see if you can turn your.
Talk.
Say something, Cameron.
It's her signal. I can see it.
Yeah, now we got you. Pull her back up and see what we get.
Whoops. Sorry.
There, can you hear me?
We can hear
Yes,
you.
hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
I did. Can you hear me?
High five! Aha, got ya!
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear us? Evidently not. Oh my goodness. I told y'all she was trouble. All right, so real quick, let's go ahead and introduce. Of course, Scott was on earlier when we were doing the tribute to Gordon. So, but Scott Seriton is joining us tonight also. See if we can get her signal back. In the meantime, let's kind of chat about what we found out about Cameron. And as soon as we met her at Cornerstones, you know, her personality is so large.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
not tricking us, is she?
I hope she's not punking us.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Anyhow, for the viewers, I picked Cameron up at the airport. That was my first time to meet her, and it was a lot of fun. She was an amazing young lady that has a personality. Just an amazing, outgoing personality. I don't think she's ever met a stranger.
I don't think so either. Cameron, you may have to go out and come completely back in and see if that'll clear up. You hear me?
Send her a message.
Can you send her a message, Scott, and tell her to go out and come back in?
Okay, Angela just
Wait,
knocked her out.
can you hear me now? Can you
And
hear me?
can you
Yes.
force her off and then let her sign back in?
I don't know what happened. That's weird.
She's trouble.
I just texted her and told her.
Okay. Yeah. And real quick, while we're waiting on her, we can kind of go through some of what we know about Cameron. Kathy Fick, thank goodness for Kathy Fick. She kind of took Cameron under her wings at Cornerstones and helped her throughout the weekend. She's new to the industry. She's been around for a little while, and she's just now really stepping into the limelight and kind of getting her feet wet with the professional ranks of things. But her and Kathy was at Atlanta this last weekend for Rick Rosenthal's school, and so she just got home today, and for some reason she could not get her laptop to work. So she decided to come in on her telephone, and now she's having trouble with the telephone. So,
Bob, there's some kind of static or some kind of lines across your screen. I don't know if it's me or you.
not
It's
me.
not, I don't see it.
Yeah, I'm clear on my end.
Okay.
So I'm not real sure. Don't know what's going on. I do know we have big thunderstorms to the west of us, but it
Well, I have them here now, so
don't seem to be affecting us here at this moment. So
I'm gonna go out and come back in too, see if it'll clear up.
okay, well, me and Spangle will sit here and hold the fort down while everybody else wonders what the heck's going on. AJ, answer to your question, she does, but the laptop was not working earlier. I think she told us she was in the basement. That may be part of the problem. So
Maybe they don't let her out of the basement very often.
She does not have internet.
What did she say?
She does not have my internet. Mother said she heard her say she doesn't have internet. She just left her house. She has no internet.
That's at her house. She's at her parents' house right now.
I see.
Oh, is she?
We don't have internet.
But her phone should have internet. She probably needs to get out of the basement where she can get up a better signal.
That's what I told
That's what I'm
somebody
thinking.
to tell her, but nobody's done it. Here, I'm gonna come on, entertain everybody for a while. How's everybody's night going so far?
It is going
So
wonderful whenever you're on the screen.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Bob,
I can see over here that my Facebook is acting up and my screen on Facebook is frozen, but it's working on YouTube. So I don't know what's going on with that.
huh.
I don't know.
Well, when I had the virtual on, mine was glitching too.
Carl says it's great on YouTube, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, Connie says, Spangle, your beard is looking great tonight. That's good to know.
Hey, and I bleach tomorrow.
And he bleaches tomorrow, so
All right, let's see if we
Yeah. Got to get ready for Lone Stars. How many? Do we have any people watching the show right now that are going to be at Lone Stars? Say, let's get a count going. Holler if you are.
I know quite a few folks are going. They usually have a couple of hundred people easy.
Yeah. It's a nice
Some
show.
years it's a little larger, some years it's not.
Yeah.
Well, not to change the subject now that you're speaking about Lone Star. Is your did you get your truck to the shop?
I got my truck to the shop.
Cameron just texted me, says I can't connect.
Tell her to go out of the basement and go like into a regular room in her parents' house.
Upstairs or outside.
Outside, even. I mean, something.
Somewhere where she can get a signal.
Yes, because basements are no good for signals.
I don't know. I get locked in mine a lot.
Yeah, but you haven't been lately. Jetta's not here.
Right. She usually throws a cookie down there, and I take off running like a dog after a pork chop.
Well, the only way the dogs will play with you is if she ties a pork chop around your neck.
That's right.
According to everyone on our chat, they're saying that Facebook looks good, and so does YouTube. So
yeah, my Facebook's working again.
It's not on our end. It's got to be on her end. So.
Oh, there it goes. I thought I was frozen again.
Nope.
I didn't even pull up Facebook.
Well,
let's see. We got.
I see a lot of new names on here I haven't seen before. So, but I'm not on here every day like you guys are. But, I mean, it's great to see all these new viewers and welcome you to TNL and the Tuesday Night Live show.
Absolutely. Now, we've been out different places promoting. We've had Cherry Hill programs helping promote us. We've had help, in quite a few places. I've noticed recently that a lot of folks are sharing our broadcast and sharing our announcements of the upcoming broadcast, which is also getting the word out there. And I just got to say, this year already, I mean, I know we're only a couple of weeks into the season, but our numbers have tripled over last year on both Facebook and YouTube. So something is definitely working, and we do, as Scott said, appreciate all the new folks. And for all those that have been with us from day one, or, find your way over here as quick as you could, season 2, 3, 4, or 5, thank you so much for staying with us. You're going to have these kind of nights sometimes. We've had them before. I remember in the very beginning, and we've talked about this time and time again, but in the very beginning, our first handful of shows were shows that, I'm surprised.
We don't want to talk about, Bob.
Surprised anybody came back after this first few. But, what I'm leading into here is, remember who our first guest was?
Do I?
Gordon Bailey.
Right.
Gordon Bailey was our first.
Ron, wasn't it?
And that's back when you had that big time movie star doing the show with you guys.
Yeah, Ron.
Yep.
Ron McClam was with us, and it was me and Scott and Ron, and we had Gordon on, and a few weeks later we brought Gordon back because we didn't get enough of Gordon the first time around, and had Chrissy Kovic with him.
Or we could find another guest or something like that.
Yeah, and so it was great insight though. Gordon always had so much to share and so much to give, and Spankle, I was thinking today, did he ever give me any bad advice? And I can't think of any.
Maybe to the end he did. he started speaking his mind a lot in the end.
Well, he did, and he got ridiculed by some folks because he did kind of go political at times, and I think he had just had gotten to the point that maybe he knew the end wasn't far away, and it really didn't matter anymore, and he was going to speak his piece. But as far as advice though, as far as performing advice and different ways to help me, and you could always call him no matter what time of day or night. And believe me, I have roomed with him at many events, and we've talked about this too before, how he slept with that telephone in that left hand.
Bob, all your roommates sleep with something in their hand.
And that phone would go off. I don't care what time of night it was. If it was 3 or 4 in the morning, he would answer it. It's like he did not want to miss a phone call from anyone. And he would sit there and talk as long as you wanted to talk.
Yeah, I've shared a few hotels with him too, and I've had that whole scenario too. It was like, Gordon, shut up.
I finally stacked about 4 or 5 pillows up between my bed and his bed on my, on the side of my bed where it was kind of trying to block some of that light and noise that coming from him, because he definitely could keep you up.
Well, Bob, a lot of us sleep with something in our hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, Gordon, I can tell you, if if you had nothing and you wanted $5 and that's all that Gordon had,
He gave it to you.
give you every single bit of it.
He was a man of very little, but anything he had, he would give. If he thought someone else could use it, make good with it, or needed it, he would give it up. And
You know what
it's
I kind of liked for a while there. We helped him get that apartment up here in Missouri when he moved up
right.
here. He camped out at my place for a good long while.
Uh huh.
But when we finally helped him get in that apartment, it was like he was doing a cooking show for a while. You remember that he was always cooking these meals and telling you what he had in it and how long he let it cook and what it tasted like. And
He
I
did.
thought,
He went off on that rabbit hole for a while, but he was coming up with some really concoctions that sometimes putting things together that you wouldn't think would be good together. But he always made meals out of them. And
I was waiting for him to write a cookbook.
well, he kept trying to get my wife to write one because he'd come here and Angie and Carol cook and he always loved coming here to eat dinner. And, what are you back?
Yep, there she is.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Can you hear us?
Yes, I did it. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, no problem, no problem. Hey, let's just go ahead. We were just chatting about Gordon while we was waiting on you, so let's go ahead and jump into tonight's show. I mean, why
Yes,
not?
I did.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
by the way, Cameron, you can't hear me, right?
I can hear you, and I'm
By the
staying
way,
just where I
I
want to
found.
be so I don't lose you.
Okay, by the way, I found something in the lobby of the Garden Inn last month that I recognized as yours. Yeah, it was your back pocket laying beside it. You must have dropped your cell phone signal. Gotcha.
You know what? I fell for that.
Hey, and I cleaned my shirt.
Hey, wait! You dropped your pocket. It's on the ground. Look down there. Look, look.
I'm not falling for that one anymore
Hey,
ever.
wait! How many fingers am I holding up?
Not doing it.
See, guys, I told y'all she's a prankster. You gotta watch that girl.
Oh, all right. So at this year's NPC, we had 4 elves in session. We had one senior elf, which was Mike Hutchins. We had one transitioning elf. People say transitioning. Yes, Kathy Fick, who has been at Mrs. Claus, has has decided that she's also going to perform as an elf. And then we had two very eager new elves. Uh, you know,
Wait, wrong one.
oh,
It was me.
and she did it. And we had two brand new elves that were eager to learn, and Cameron was one of those. And she paid attention. She asked questions. She took notes, and she was right there. So we are so thrilled to introduce you to the rest of the community and tell your story, Cameron. I want to start in the beginning and where you were born and your journey to America. Can you tell us about your parents and family and how they traveled so far, fell in love with you at first sight?
Yes. Yeah, so
Tell us that
I was
story.
born in Russia. I was born in a place called Nizhny Novgorod, which is in the boonies. And if you've ever been to Akron, Ohio, January through March, and you see the bloom, that's what that area of Russia looks like all year round, for what I've
Oh,
been told.
wow.
My first 6 months of life, I lived in a hot spill nursery. Then they, as I joke, threw us in an orphanage. But really, I was put in an orphanage, and then I was there until I was technically 22 months. And then my wonderful parents who adopted me, they got stuck with a ball of energy.
Yeah, I remember reading that how much energy you had in the beginning. They had to make 2 trips. They came first, which was a long and grueling trip. I remember your dad mentioning this in one of the posts that he had made to sign the papers for you. Then they had to wait weeks and come back to actually get you. And so that was pretty cool.
Yes, and when they went over there, I'll tell you, it was during the mafia days.
Yeah.
So they couldn't when they went on the train. You didn't know what was going to happen, and they had holes just for the toilet. So it was scary back then. And then we finally made it to the states. Then I lived in Michigan for a year because that's where they were living at the time.
Uh huh.
My mother was a teacher and her one student's parents adopted a child from Russia. So we went, or I should say, my parents went through the same agency, and they got stuck with me.
Cameron, you and I kind of got something in common here because I'm part Russian.
Are you? Oh wow,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
part of
yeah.
Russia?
Well, usually about 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm running to the bathroom.
That's a good one.
Well, Cameron, you and I have something in common too.
What's that?
We're both adopted.
Oh, are you really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, the only difference is you were wanted and Scott's just ended up that way.
That's right.
All right,
But
Spangle.
yeah, when they went over to get me, they I guess the interpreter drove them around, and if I was not adopted, I would have been living in a hut, as I joke, a grass hut. I mean, they had nothing over there, so
Wow.
I'm very blessed. I mean, it literally looked like from the pictures, apartments, kind of the Section 8 kind, run down with trash all over. So it was a poor area. I'm glad I got out of there.
Kenny Kringle said he met you in Atlanta this last weekend, and he just wants to tell you you're still too slow.
All
Well,
right.
I definitely am, and I am proud of it.
Well, and something that some folks may have seen if they are friends with you on Facebook, but you got lost in Atlanta. You went like 6.5 miles too far and couldn't get back, and Kathy had
What,
to come get you, right?
what are you talking about? I would never get lost in Atlanta or in any kind of field or city.
All right. So now you went off to golf college as a professional golfer's career college. We
Yes.
know you and your father, Tom, spend quality time on the golf course. Well, tell us who is better and share with us how cool of an experience it was going to learn how to improve the game for golf from professional instructors and how now you are able to pass that on helping others, especially young, with their golf swing and technique.
Well, I originally wanted to become the first Russian LPGA golfer when I was in high school. And so my dream, I'm like, I'm going to golf college. I also got a hole in one my senior year in high school, so my confidence was high. I was beat, and I still do. I beat my dad with my eyes closed. So he's like a bogey, double bogey, and I'm a par bogey golfer. And I've played all over. I've been Hilton Head area. I used to play a lot here in Ohio. And my whole life, I've always been. It's my passion.
Very good, Scott. Go ahead and read the next one. It's going to sound like me, but go ahead and read it anyway.
Mm. I read on the line on I read online testimony your father Tom wrote titled Russian Odyssey by Thomas R. Fishback. I know him
Yes.
and your mom Tammy are very proud of you and have stood beside you through thick and thin and good and bad and trouble and no trouble. I just thought I'd add those. We all go through trials and tribulations in life, but you are a brain injury survivor. Not sure how much of this you want to share, but decisions we make can have consequences. Can you share anything about your accident? Have
Yeah, and you
changed
can
your
ask me
life?
anything.
How you struggle with the your TBI?
So yeah, so after college, I just kind of start from back there. When I graduated, I moved to Atlanta. Actually, I worked in Buckhead for about 5 weeks. Then I ended up drinking, partying. So I moved back to Hilton Head area. Then when I was there, I was working for retail, restaurants, customer service jobs. I was dating a guy, 13 years older than me, nothing to it. And then after a bad breakup, of course, he texted me saying, "Hey, we're breaking up." I was not real happy. And I ended up losing his ring on purpose. I hated him, and I hate using the word hate, but I hated who he turned into. Now we're okay. But back then, it led me to drinking. I ended up going from, and I'll just say it short term, a normal drink, like 1 to 2 drinks, to blowing a 0.39 on the BAC level, which is blood alcohol content level. And if you don't know, the legal limit is 0.08. So I was doing a 0.39 at the end. So that's 5 times over the legal limit. Um, I ended up starting to drink like that eventually after I moved back to Ohio. And I got to the point where I couldn't go anywhere. I had lost jobs. I've been kicked out of places. My name around here is face planner. Not really, but all the cops around my area, which there's probably about 60 cops, I would say, 60 to 80 total. They all know me. I was mean. I tried to stab a loved one I don't remember. I've also been duct taped. Ladies, I don't care how smooth our legs are, duct tape still hurts extremely when you pull it off. After that, I kept going at it. I kept drinking. I kept face planning. I kept ruining opportunities and memories. Then I decided to drink one day down in a local park. That's when my life changed. That is when I drove into trees. I don't remember doing it. I had a whole bottle of I think it was 1500 proof rum or whatever the whiskey. And next thing you know, I wake up in a hospital bed with breathing tubes, broken ribs, and a concussion. I felt fine the moment I woke up, but then it went downhill. The pain is very challenging to explain. It's very emotional, meaning I beat myself up on the little things. You could tell me, "Oh, you got messy hair," and I would take it as, "Well, look at yours." It's just I am very sensitive, and that's part of the TBI. It makes us look lazy because we get no motivation late in the day. It makes us look like we lied or that we're on drugs or drinking. Because if I'm at a job and I'm a nursing assistant, if I'm at a job and I forget 3 out of the 5 things out of a linen closet, they think I'm up to no good. Like, oh, was she drinking? Was she on drugs? And I purposely dye my hair blonde so I can use the excuse it was a blonde moment or a brain fart. But the challenge is no one can see them, which is the hard part. Because if you could see it, you would understand it. So I don't criticize anyone, but it is something that I wouldn't even want my worst enemy to get. So it's tough.
So does light and noise and different things affect you at times?
Yeah, sometimes light does. Loud noises. If I'm in like an irritable mood where I'm just like I want to be alone, and if there's a lot of noise, I kind of get a little isolated. And
Yeah.
that's another thing. TBI makes you very isolated, so it almost makes you look like you're depressed and everything, but you're really not. It's just I like to be alone, but they
So, so,
don't. The outsiders don't get that. What?
so if I say, "Girl, look at your hair," you're gonna say, "Guy, look at your hair."
Of course. How'd you guess? But yeah, I will say the accident did change me. I ended up having to have 2 head surgeries due to it. My left temporal lobe, I've always had fluid on it. I forget the right term, but it's nothing serious. That busted during the accident. So it was fluid leaning on the brain, which was causing very intense throbbing, puking headaches to where I was only eating every 3 days. And that was maybe a bite or two of ice cream. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to be around anyone. I just wanted a pitch black, dark, cool room under lots of blankets. And I lived like that for about 3 months in between 2 head surgeries.
Well, now I know that you've been sober. Was what you were talking about on Facebook when you said you was celebrating what 5 years or 6 years,
Yes.
whatever it was,
Yes, and that is today. And
sobriety?
that's what even makes this more special. I'm able to share my story and share maybe some hope for you guys or for who's watching on my sobriety day.
Say, and what you found out was you don't have to drink and get crazy to be crazy. You can be crazy without that.
Well, yeah, and I'm always going to be crazy. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Be
yeah,
able to
yeah.
have fun, enjoy yourself, and fit in without having to use alcohol as a crutch.
Yes.
All right, Spankle for the next one.
All right. So looking at your photos that you have posted, it looks like you had some fun times at the Ohio Christmas Factory, elfing it up. Tell us what is the Ohio Christmas Factory and share about your fun times there and who in the heck is
Snitches.
Well, the Ohio Christmas Factory is in a huge factory building, and they originally started it as a Halloween type building, like an amusement park for Halloween. Then they decided a few years ago to make a Christmas theme park, we'll call it. There we have obviously Santa comes, which let's just say I made it very memorable. So Santa's there, a few elves, Elsa, the Grinch, and I'm saying like they wear the mask type outfits. I mean, it looks real. I mean, a few times I want to touch their face to see if it was their real face or the mask. So there's that. They also have a slide, and it's not just kid size; adults can do it. They have a snowball fight area, and they just have all kinds of little different things for all ages, kid age to elderly age. I mean, really, it is a family oriented event that they have.
Scott, you want to catch the next one?
Sure, Bob. You know we you know you love every early morning walk, working out, going on long hikes with your father, including pond hopping, hanging out with Cody, your dog, and on the other hand, you hate lettuce, giving up coffee, and volunteer helping the elderly and needy. What is two of your top bucket list items, and what is the long term goal as a community giver, and how will you incorporate your elf character into doing all this in the future?
I would say I just want to help the community. If I can change one person's heart, if let's just say they're thinking negative, we'll just say, and if I can go up to them and give them a high five or talk to them, maybe just say one thing, that's all I want. Life's too short, too much anger in this world. If I can bring one smile to someone, maybe that person could help someone. I'll tell you a quick little experience I had 2 years ago. Christmas Eve, I went to a local store called Giant Eagle. And I was walking in, it was a misty, cold day, and of course, I looked like an elf, typical me. And this elderly guy, he was probably in his 80s, maybe even 90s. He asked me, he's like, hey, can you go get me a cart, scooter cart, whatever you want to call those? And I said, yeah, but of course, Christmas Eve, nothing's charged. So I ended up walking with him around the store, and it's like I thought about that moment. You know, I could easily have just left and did my own thing, went for a walk, but it's like, no, I was with that guy. You don't know what kind of story he's in. He could be lonely, but I want to do stuff like that to change hearts because life's too short, and that's what Santa would want.
cool.
Well, and also, what you want to tell us, our viewers, a little bit when you were in Oklahoma at North Pole Cornerstones about how the reactions of the people at our grocery store, and you walking 10 miles as an elf and walked in one of our grocery stores here locally and walked across the street. I thought that was great.
Yes, I will do that anywhere. I don't do it for attention. I know some people think I do, but I don't. I do it just to give a smile. I know I'm a dork. I live up to it. Why not go around town like it? You know?
Well, we loved it at Cornerstones, and we had a lot of fun with you. And just make sure you keep your pocket and your signal.
I will definitely do that. And I will definitely keep my contacts close when I'm out walking. So if I need to call you guys.
So, what inspired you to go to school and get your STNA and explain what that is? And also tell us about how you have been involved in working in the nursing industry since receiving your certification.
Yes. That is so after golf college and after I did my little shenanigans there, I ended up moving back with my parents here in Ohio. If anyone knows, there's no golf all year round up here. 3 months out of the year, there's no golf. So I don't really want to make it into a career up here just because I want something all year round. I also volunteered at a dementia daycare down south when I lived there for the 4.5 years. And that's where I fell in love with the hopelessness. You could tell they can't help themselves, and it's like, if you can't help yourself, you can't help others. So if I can help them, so it can remind them of what they've done to help, their people in the past, that's all I want to do, you know?
All right,
Thank
now you and your
you.
parents celebrate a very special day in y'all's life, and you have tagged it Gotcha Day. Tell us
Yes,
what is Gotcha Day and how special it is to you. And I happen to know so much so that Cody has a Gotcha Day too, right?
he does. He is my first son, my boy. He even has a story. I know it's not about him, but he was found in a parking lot during Hurricane Matthew a few years ago down Hilton Head. And he's had his challenges, so, moving a lot and stuff, but he's my buddy. He's my everything. He's what keeps me going.
So for folks at home, what is Gotcha Day?
It is, well, for me and my parents, it's adoption day. And same with Cody, the day we got him. But it originally started with me being adopted, March 31st of every year we celebrate.
That's a pretty cool time to celebrate and something good to celebrate about for sure. Okay, I've seen you mention in a time or two how grateful you are for Judge Lisa Coates. Tell us what
Yes.
her support has meant to you.
Well, her, and I'm going to also include a guy named Jack Davis. He is
Uh
the
huh.
local chief of police of Cuyahoga Falls, which is where I live, the area. They both had to deal with me. Chief Davis's staff, meaning his officers, they had to pick me up from face planting on the ground more times than I can count. I have probably peed in their cop cars more times than I want to admit. And I was a pretty bad drunk. I admit that. I was bad. And Judge Coach, the local judge, she gave me chances upon chances. I really did deserve going to jail after I did a theft incident at a local gas station that I don't remember doing because I was so drunk. But reality, she should have just put me in jail. I'm glad she didn't, but she should have. And same with Jack Davis. He probably should have called her a few times and said, "Do you want to throw the book at her?" And instead, they both stuck by me. I actually reached out to them yesterday and asked them if I was really that big of a pain and why they didn't give up on me. And they said, everyone deserves a chance, even the most hopeless. We can't give up on each other because life's too short. And I told him he is so right on that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. All right, everyone, stick around. Don't wander off too far because we'll be right back in about 90 seconds.
Okay.
Uh huh. Stuff like
Can
that.
they hear? Can you hear me?
Oh, hello there. Yes, of course, it's me, Santa Claus. Now, you may not believe this, but one of the questions I get asked the most is, well, not how do I do it all in one night? No, but where do I get all my things from? Yes, now, what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about the finest things I have. My glorious gloves, all my knickknacks and trinkets and things. Yes, all the giveaways. Yes, for me to give to the children before the main event. Yes, if I see them in the streets, if they come and see me, I like to have something in my pocket I can treat them with. Yes, and there's one special place where I can find all these magical goods. And that is, of course, stuffforsanta.com. You should head there now and see what magical gifts you can find. Mrs. Claus, have you got my ice pad? Yes, log me on, I'm going to have a look. I shall see you there. Stuffforsanta.com. Merry Christmas.
when I was out there, you could hear everything I was saying?
Yep.
Yeah, we can still hear you,
Okay.
and we're back live. So, moving on to the second half of tonight's program with our friend
And
Cameron
now
Fishback,
we can see her.
aka F Trouble.
I think she paid her light bill.
I think I did.
Hey,
Well,
all
so far
right.
so good. So,
Okay, we can't talk about all the fun we had without talking about North Pole Cornerstones round 3 last month.
yeah, Cameron, did you learn anything there?
I did. I learned a lot. Uh,
Yeah.
Before signed up to come to Santa School, I had no idea what I was walking into. And I'll be quite honest, I was like, okay, is this going to be for me or is it only Santa's and Mrs. Claus's?
Well,
And
after I
after I went,
picked
the first day you guys picked me up from the airport, I could tell we were all forever Elf/North Pole family. And for those who are listening and watching, please realize if you want to join, come join because it's worth it. They're true team. It's a true team. You feel like you're in a community.
Well, and like I say, it's not just for Santa. It's not just for Mrs. Claus. It's a class that we put together with everyone in mind. And as I
Yes.
mentioned at the first of the show, we actually had four elves counting my Cutchins, which is Phineas, and Kathy, who is also, which is something you and her had in common, was she's also goes by Elf Trouble. So we were calling her Elf Trouble, calling you Double Trouble. And now I think it's even triple trouble. So who knows where it's going to go from there, right?
and then there was what Cameron and Zoe, right?
Yeah, Cameron and Zoe, exactly. And Zoe was brand new. She had never been to a school of any sort outside of education from school district. But I met her father and mother at the mall this year, and they were interested in becoming professional. He had performed at his church at times. His mother owns a church, and he's a minister, so he had done Santa a few times, and wanted to take that next step. And I was telling him about our school, and he mentioned his daughter, and she was she's slightly autistic. You couldn't really tell as far as talking conversation with her, but she was very shy. She was very very withdrawn. We mentioned when she came in, she was looking down. She didn't interact, and by the time the weekend was over with, she was interacting and carrying on conversations, long conversations with folks, and it's just that type of atmosphere where no matter, even if you have disabilities, if you're TBI, whatever, you come there and everybody is so supportive, not only of your role in the Christmas community, but even outside of that. We're all family beyond the red suit.
So,
Yes.
what did you think about getting to meet Rose and feeding the animal crackers?
Well, I will say at first, I was kind of afraid that the reindeer was going to bite my hand, but I forgot that overheard one of you guys say that they don't have front teeth. So I was a little more, I wasn't so nervous. And I'll say when he ate the animal crackers, it was just like a little lick. It actually tickled. And for those who have never had that happen, if you've ever had a dog that just comes up to you and you feel that acceptance type feel, that's the exact feeling you get with a reindeer. And I tried to ride him like Rudolph, but he wouldn't fly.
Okay, and now other than, of course, other than meeting Spangle, what did you enjoy most about the weekend at Cornerstones?
Well, there's so much, I don't even know where to start. But I would say my number one thing was teasing you guys.
Well, I was telling everyone on
Teasing you
yesterday.
guys, and then
Doing the show with us.
what'd you say?
Doing the show with
Angie
us.
says doing the show with us, our live broadcast that we did.
Doing the show with you
That
guys.
was fun.
When you guys asked me that, I was so happy. It really makes my day when you guys ask me to do stuff like that.
I think
Yeah.
your transportation from the airport to the hotel was probably the most outstanding part of your class.
Scott was on
I
airport duty
agree
this
with
year,
you, and
so
I've learned.
yeah. And since Scott came to pick you up, It was late. Everybody else had already left the restaurant, had already gone to their room for the night, getting ready for the next day.
They did.
And I looked and I thought to myself, well, gosh, they're coming in awful late. It was you and Lauren Jensen. And by the time Scott got you guys back to the hotel from the airport, it was what, 20 minutes to one, Scott?
I don't know, but it was a long
Mm-hmm.
day.
It was pretty late, but I waited up because I wanted to meet you, and I go down and you guys are getting out of Scott's vehicle and you pulled that dropped my pocket and my cell phone signal on me and I said, "Oh my God, what are we in for this weekend?" But
That's my way of welcoming myself to you guys. I always do a trick to someone.
well, you stole my heart at first beckoning. So all right, so I have what are the two things that you learned at Cornerstones that you think you can use in your portrayal as an elf?
I would say the sorry, I'm having a brain fart. Were you acting? Were you practicing?
Uh-huh. Practice, practice, practice.
Yeah, practicing. I would say that the interaction, hearing your guys' thoughts of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of stuff from this past trip where I forget her name, but the vendor who did the elf book, the info she gave me about elves, it was like she was a dictionary. She was Google, and that's what I liked. I like to be able to get someone's input and not just re-Google.
Yeah.
Do you remember who it was?
I forget her name, but she wrote it was a kid's book.
Okay. I can
It
probably
was at the last
find out.
event
Was
she
she a
did.
vendor at Rick's in Atlanta?
Yeah, it was in
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Atlanta trip. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet I can find it.
I'm sure I have the business card. I just don't know where.
Oh,
Well, Scott, just ask Rick.
Yeah, I will.
that's like me. I collect these from like Cornerstones. That's what I got.
You'll see Rick in a couple months,
Ooh.
right, Scott?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. My schedule's so goofy right now.
He'll
Bob
be in.
knows when and where.
He's coming to
Okay, man.
Branson.
Man,
Oh,
right.
is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
All right,
All
Scott,
right.
you're next.
All right. Well, let's go to our viewers and see if they have any questions or comments for us.
I have been popping a few up on the screen.
Angela says she's been popping a few up on the screen. Anybody got any comments or questions for Elf Trouble, Double Trouble, Triple Trouble? You lost your cell phone signal trouble?
Triple trouble.
Let's see if anybody's got any. Deb Gedney was the elf with the book. Deb Gedney, Gedney. Uh-oh. Starting to get static again.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me go back outside.
I don't see any.
Julia
Do you have any
White wants to tell you, Cameron, to tell everyone about your first home and the process of you moving in and how proud you are.
Say, what was that?
Julia White wants to remind you to tell everyone about your new home and how proud you are of it and that you're moving in right now.
Oh, thank you. Yes. For those who don't know, I moved to a house. I bought my own house. Oh, hold on. This is X. No. Okay. Oh, no, I bought my own house. I had my hotel or my apartment be up. And then I'm like, you know what? It's time. I'm buying my own house. So with my parents' support, financially, because they did help me with the down payment, with their support, and my daughter coming, I'm feeling pretty good about this new opportunity. And it's a safe area, very friendly, and I'm hoping to maybe find some elks around there.
Did you go back outside, Cameron?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
You sound like a robot.
How about now?
We can hear you. There's some backup noise still.
I'm trying. I'm sorry.
Well, we want to know what your favorite part about being an elf is.
My favorite part of being an elf is just being myself. I like being a dork. I like living life to the fullest. And I like being around people like you guys. You guys are what keeps me going.
We got one from John here.
Yeah, John Schnegelberger wants to know,
Could
do
you hear
you
me?
have a Santa that you work with, or are you just going to be a freelance style in your area?
I didn't hear all that. What was that?
Do you have a dedicated Santa that you're going to work with?
I will be totally honest. I know or I should say this. I have no connections to any Santas up here in Ohio.
Uh-huh.
I used to work and volunteer on a train called Cuyahoga Madison Railroad, which used to
Right.
be the Polar Express, and then they changed the name. But anyways, I did that, and I have those Santa contacts, but I know no others. So I'm kind of, as I joke, winging it to find the connections up here.
Someday you need to get with Ben Bellhorn and go to his Master Santa class. It's in Ohio, and you can meet lots of Santas.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after the show, Cameron. When we get done with the show, don't go anywhere. Stay on. We'll go back into the green room and
Okay.
talk a little bit, and we'll tell you about Ben Bellhorn at that point. Okay,
Bob,
so let's say
say
thank you to our contributors at this point.
Hey, I want to
Okay.
say a special thanks to the Kaboots. My boots that I got, I didn't think I was going to like them when I first got them. After I wore them 2 or 3 times and they broke in, guys, if you need custom boots, get with Spangle or Joey at Kaboots and get your pair ordered. They are really comfortable, and it's like wearing a soft shoe after they get broke in.
Very nice. Okay, Cameron, stick with us. We're going to reveal tonight's trivia answer. This is the schoolofsantas.com and stufforsanta.com trivia. In Santa Claus the movie, in what century was the mortal and his wife rescued from? That would be the 14th century. That would have been answer D in our winner.
Connie Bayless.
Connie Bayless wins that one. Connie, your name goes in the hat for both the drawings. All right.
Hey,
We're going to,
can I say a corny elf joke real quick for the audience?
yeah.
Hey, audience, let me ask you, what does Santa pay for parking? He doesn't. It's on the house.
On the house. That's right. Exactly right. So
Sorry, had to.
Connie Bayless is in Ohio also, Cameron, and she says that she will get with you and get you hooked up with the Ohio group that she's with, where you can meet other Santas.
Oh, tell her that would be awesome.
Scott Becker says the same thing. He's in Northeast Ohio. He's with the Buckeye Santas, and he'll help get you hooked up with other Santas also.
Oh, I appreciate that. I really do.
All right, stick with us. We got a couple more quick commercials, and then we'll be right back.
Let me dig them up real quick.
Hey, Bob.
Ho, 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 ho!
Shop Thermo Apparel,
They're wonderful. They're fantastic. And for the coolest of cool Santas or Easter bunnies, remember Thermapparel.
Don't just be cool as an attitude. Keep cool, literally.
Thermapparel, be cool.
Ho, 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 ho!
All right. Did you have something you wanted to say, Spangle?
No, I thought we was getting out of order. My fault.
Nothing new, Bob. Nothing new.
See,
Oh my goodness!
it's
All right,
okay to
so
cause trouble.
there you go, Cameron. I got something here that you wrote online back on February 16th. I just want to share it
Uh-oh.
with everyone because it really touched my heart. You said, I've been to a few schools, different schools, since 2014. And after I graduated high school, I've had a lot of great experiences at them all. But is one school that changed my heart. I've been to golf school. I've been to STNA, which is State Tested Nursing Assistant
Yep.
certification, and now F School. The school is truly a community where who has each other's backs. You got to experience to understand it. They make you feel new and welcome. They accept crazies like me and is proud to be around crazy elves like me. Laugh out loud. I might only see this group of people once a year or more, but I can tell you that every time we reconnect, we leave off as if we never left. They are
Yes.
amazing for wanting to be around an elf in costume in a public restaurant. Laugh out loud. I might have forgotten almost everyone's name from this school, but I will always have a special place in my heart for this group of people. If you want to experience this, come to North Pole Cornerstones in Oklahoma. It's worth every cent. Thank you so much for the kind words.
I mean it though. You guys are truly family. I would not have guessed that either when I first
We, uh,
came. I just thought, okay, well, bunch of Santas, but no, you guys are family.
we embraced you and you fit right in. So,
Hey, you put up with me.
there was no trouble at all. I see what I did there. All right, Spangle, what's your closing thoughts, man?
Hey, I'm just thinking this show has nothing been nothing but trouble only because trouble was here. And we love her. And tomorrow's a whole new day, and I am off to Texas.
Yes, you
Safe
are.
travels.
Yes, you are.
I'm on my way that way too, Spangle.
I'm turning around and going back home.
Just don't leave.
Star Santa around
Or
us?
should I
Yes.
stay home?
What is Angie saying? I didn't hear her.
I said, what is it for the Lone Star Santa roundup?
Yes.
So that's why you want to go to Papa's Cetos.
Oh, but that's in the past.
Oh,
When he heard I was coming, he changed his mind.
yeah.
All right. Don't forget to watch all the TNL network production list of shows. And my final thought is getting to spend quality time with you and getting to truly know you, Elf Trouble. You have enriched our lives. We so enjoy your brand of crazy, elfing things up. Jesus brings those with the Christmas magic together, crossing paths and holding hands to make a difference in those we serve. Cameron, we love you.
We love you.
I love you guys. Forever Elf family.
Congratulations on your sobriety.
Thank you. Oh, but let me say that too. Due to neurology, seizures and stuff, I have stopped coffee on February 1st, so I don't do coffee anymore either.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. Actually, Scott read that part, but we mentioned that earlier. That you don't like lettuce and you gave up coffee. So there you go.
The last time I ate salad was for $100 in high school. Never again.
I love salad and I love coffee. I can't believe it.
I like syrup, candy, and pasta.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
All right, we want to say thank you to all of our contributors. SchoolofSantas.com, StuffForSanta.com, KingInsurance.com, NPCornerstones.com, SantaNana.com, NationwideSantas.com, Caboose.com, Thermapparel.com, HolidayPhotoMagic.com, and Angie'sOriginals.com. and most of all, Cherry Hill Programs, who has really stepped up and made TNL part of their family, and we appreciate everything that Cherry Hill Programs is doing for TNL Network as a whole.
Go Santa Central.
Huh?
Go Santa Central.
Woo!
Santa Mark says, good show. Say good night, Spangle. See you soon. Good night. Tell everyone good night, Spangle.
Good night, Spangle.
Well, they were right on cue with that one. Remember to join our next Tuesday Night Live each week, 7 p.m., same class time, same class channel. Count your blessings, not your sorrows. May your troubles be small. You heard that, didn't you? And your
Yes.
blessings be large. Have a blessed week, everyone. I'm Santa Bob McMaster saying thank you on behalf of everyone. Happy birthday, Gordon Bailey. We love you, brother. We miss you. I know he's living it up big
Thank
time in
you.
heaven. So stick around. All
right. Good night.
Happy closing.
Good night.
Good night.